Broadcasting, yep, yep, yep. You know, those lads got fucking... I gotta share the Discord notifications and all that wonderful fun stuff. I'm kidding. Do I? Yes, I still share this to Discord even though basically nobody watches. Do I care? A little bit. Hurts my heart just a tad. But, oh well. Either way, with all that out of the way, hello everybody. My name is Nexor, and I will be your your man hosting you through today's, or this week's, weekly challenges. And also, I will be touching up on the newest update as well. So, first one, American front wheel drive 550. Road car US front engine rear wheel drive. Oh, that's just not even fun. How does that have... The Viper has more PP than the Corvette does. Zero idea, but okay, let's do it. Like, the Corvette, or the C1 Corvette has way more horsepower. Oh god, that's Willow Springs again. Ugh. Hate Willow Springs, personally. Let's get into this. Oh, shice. Oh yeah, I am running... Oh man, of course I'm running zero traction control on this thing. On possibly the original Widowmaker. Or American Widowmaker. Because, I mean... One of the original Porsches had the exact same nickname. And to be honest, that is still one of my favorite Porsches of all time. If not my favorite of the entire lot. Just because I love how insane that vehicle is. Yes, that is why you are hearing me trying to be somewhat careful with the throttle. Back, or the tail end of this will spin out quite easily. Thankfully it's only 2 laps. I can at least deal with that. Stop spinning, car. It's never fun. You're not meant to be a drift vehicle. It's not what I designed this vehicle for. If anything, I should tune the aerodynamics more to be on the ground. To make this car more stable. Either my phone is vibrating at me or my leg is just shaking. What has happened? Is the stream still good? Yeah, no, the stream's still good. Okay. I don't know why the VR just suddenly did that then. And probably just had to refocus or some fun stuff. You know, technology, birds and all that. Oh, hey, there actually is trees in here. By Willow Springs. How about that? Not expect that one. Well, easily enough, our first race of the week is done. Just for finishing the first mission, it's 6-star roulette. Fix that, thank you. Alright. Just to start us off with a parts ticket. Ooh, complete goal 5 will give me a car ticket. Alright. Though to be completely honest, I think I would prefer just the money bonus over just a parts ticket. Because I do almost immediately buy every single part that I can for the vehicles I want. Oh, 706 needs to be 700 or less. Let's change it to Sport Soft. Oh, jeez. Wait, no, Racing Soft is... Racing Soft's on the front, Sports on the rear. This is probably going to be extremely drifty, but what can you do? I mean, this car basically cries out to be drifted in the first place. Or at least, basically, every JDM fan who doesn't want to keep this car stock, or who will not appreciate it in its stock form. Love the R33 and the R32. Great vehicles, or great looking vehicles. The R34's engine and drivetrain is legendary. I'm just not a huge fan of the looks. And the R35 is... it's alright. I will say it's alright because I'm not really a huge fan of the looks or the layout. Or the, like, power racing pedigree isn't legendary. I mean, it's a good car, don't get me wrong, but... I don't think anything's, or at least for me, gonna top the R33 or the R32. And of course, the original R31 Skyline is legendary just because of what it stood for and what it kicked off. God, you can already tell, like, this thing is drifting in, or wanting to drift in every corner because of this tire layout. But, of course, out of all the Skylines, the R33 has to be, hands down, my favorite. Or at least, in my opinion, that is the best looking one. Sorry if you hear my snifflings over on the microphone. Just kind of a bad time, I'd say, with all the pollen and stuff in the air, which didn't used to be a problem for me, but it has been in the more recent years. And there's P1 and P2. R35 and R32? R33? I have to get a little bit closer to figure out. R33. I believe that's the 33. It does have a lot smaller of taillights. God, this thing's trying to drift so badly. Thankfully, this beautiful all-wheel drive system's kinda saved me. And of course, back there we had the legendary, I didn't say anything when I passed it, but the absolutely legendary Nismo 400R. Which, weirdly enough, I don't actually know that much about. Yeah, what type of car tuber am I? I don't even know a lot of history of the Nismo or 400. Or alright, there's third lap done. And we are now on the penultimate lap. Lovely. Penultimate lap in first place. Feels like a good time all around. I should definitely check on what track this is, because the visuals of, or like the surrounding landscape to this track is absolutely lovely. Anytime I hit the brakes and turn, it just immediately wants to start sliding. This tire layout is slightly annoying, though it would be a lot worse if we were going a lot faster. Like if I've had this tire layout on an LMP car, that would be just horrendous. And last lap, heck yeah. No, but I mean, more as I'm driving around this circuit more, it does actually, it's quite nice. I am definitely a fan of, I'd say, tracks that are quite compact, that definitely make use of almost every inch of square space that they have. It's just a very smart way to do things. I mean, like, while I am, like, of course me and quite a lot of other racers are big fans of course, like, the bigger tracks. Like, of course, Le Mans, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. You do have to admit, like, there is a lot of space on those tracks that just kind of go to waste. Well, I mean, not really with the Nordschleife. Just because, like, I mean, the circuit is so big that there's literally a town inside of it. The good old town of Nerber. Which definitely is a track I do, or definitely is a town I would like to visit one day. Will I ever be able to? I have no clue. But I'm not going to immediately respond no or yes because, well, to be honest, the future is very much wide open and anything can happen. But hey, that's race 2 done. Oh, that was the Dragon Trail circuit? Guess yeah. Oh, Dragon Trail Gardens. Alright. In Croatia. Nice. Alright, track 2 complete. Lightweight K-Cup. Now, I could use the beat. Let's be completely honest. I could definitely use the beat. The Suzuki Jimny is considered a K vehicle? What the heck? But, actually, we're gonna throw a curve wrench. We're gonna try out the new vehicle, new truck. Now, I've already seen the YouTuber Black Panther cover the customization of the vehicle and all that. 400 or less. Alright. So I do slightly, so I do know, like, what is to be expected when it comes to customization. And I already know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. Yeah, new family wagon. Cool. I don't care about family wagons. No thank you. Or, let's be honest. It's an SUV. I do not like SUVs. But there's our beauty. Boop. The Suzuki Carry KC. I like this little thing. I'm just a big fan of, like, K trucks. I mean, of course I do enjoy, like, K vehicles, or K cars and all that. But there's something in me that just loves, like, the K truck. There's the 812 Superfast, which, no thank you. I'm just not a huge fan of Ferraris. Like, the vehicles are good, mind you. It's just kinda how they run stuff. Of course, C5 Z06. Beautiful vehicle. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, and what was the PP limit on that race? So I know what to march out for. Let's see, 400. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to 400 without passing it. Just go ahead and immediately throw in all the best stuff. Stroke up, carbon pellet shaft. English is fun. And one thing I am going to do, racing softs. I need that weight reduction, or I need soft tires, or grip tires. Weight reduction. This thing already doesn't really weigh a lot. 1,500 pounds? Like, come on. Max power, 60. Alright. Because weight reduction is always a good start when it comes to upgrading your vehicle, or at least in racing games. In real life, is a good idea just not to heavily tune your daily driver. anything that is just not the best. Orchard. Great. It'd be great if I could put an anti-lag system on this. That would just be funny. Actually, I bought the carbon kit. Go ahead and add the pads just in case. I'm trying to get it to where I am as close as I can to 400 without going over. Of course I love the fact that I'm allowed to turbo this thing. Sorry about that. Coughing like a madman for the last whole bit of these days. Actually, let's get the power restrictor and the ballast, just so I can do that fine tuning. 408. Alright, and then we're gonna try to tune it as much as possible. Oh. What am I doing? I haven't even given it the fun looks. Wide body. No wide body. Because with this vehicle, weirdly enough, don't question why, but the wide body variant and the non-wide body variant have different customization. Give it that little one. And yes, I'm putting a house on the back, cause heck yeah. Let's go ahead and give that one. I'm just putting a small little food truck on the back of it. Why not? It's gonna be fun. Gonna be the fastest sushi truck around. Just a moment, everyone. Sorry, one of my good friends was messaging me because for some reason my PS4 went into safe mode, because it kind of shut off. It's awful, but oh, jeez. Oh, oy, oy, oy. So that's why I just was like, saw that I'll just hop on the PS5. Why did it get better when I put one thing of ballast on? Okay, right there. $399.89. Oh, right. I forgot about that. It has to be on comfort tires. Completely forgot about that one. So it can go up to 400, but tires I cannot do. Completely forgot about that. My apples. Apologies, whatever. To maximize turbo and supercharging tuning. Well, there is no turbo or supercharger on this thing yet. Let's go ahead and throw a medium turbo in there. Just because, well, I mean, it's a race with K-Trucks. It's a race with K-Trucks, like we're not going to be going around and we're not going to be constantly slamming the throttle on this thing and being in high RPMs. Yeah, I am on comfort tires. 400 or less. Exactly 400. Oh, I have to be on usable tire. I hate the fact that I just can't see little things. Exactly fucking comfort soft. Oh, yeah. Please, just let me race this truck. Please, game. Okay, past that. That to the rear entirely, power restrictor. Oops. There. Good enough. I'm not gonna try to min-max the performance points. There, Cappuccino. Cappuccino's one of my favorites. Here's my little food truck. I will say, well, setting the entire ballast on the rear tires is bound to make this very drifty. But that's okay, I can deal with it. Where's the fun driving just a standard safe vehicle? We're here for fun. Just kick that tail out. Don't kick the tail out that much. Jeez. And I'm only in 12th after the first lap. Yippee. So is that roll cage? See, that's... I'll be honest, that's initially what I wanted to do with this. Or was hoping they'd do with this, is let me put a roll cage on the back and put like a giant time attack wing on it. Just to make it goofy. Of course, like, pretty certain this is a fictional track, as well as Dragon's Trail. Though I can be proven wrong with that one, or this one. But, like, this track just looks so good. Like, I only think it's only somewhat fictional, just because of how good the surrounding area of this track looks. Understeer written on the back of that cappuccino. Lovely. Don't know exactly how you'd be able to get understeer, or at least a copious amounts of understeer in a K car, but you do you. Of course, second and first are like a couple of seconds ahead of third place. Because why not? You want to get first, you're gonna have to be way better than everybody else. And if that is the case, I may just use a different vehicle, to be honest. Because trying to, with what I've had to do to get the vehicle competitive for this race, the sliding is a little annoying, yes. And of course the Fanatec sticker. I'd love to someday be able to afford like a proper Fanatec wheel and the wheelbase and all that. I think that'd be fun. Penultimate lap, and I'm still very much catching up to everyone. Beautiful shade of purple in the Honda. Definitely. Last lap, and I've just now entered podium. Which, of course, podium is the bare minimum I need, but like any person who races, you try to place for first. You can see second and first all the way over there. They're a good bit ahead. To really try to force you to push with your racing. Last lap. Placed third, but I feel like I can definitely do a lot better with a different vehicle. 2 seconds. The person ahead of me was 2 seconds. Jeez. And yes, you can see with how many Dale miles it said I have done. I did do a race before this. And that was the 1 hour lap of Le Mans, just so I could, try to figure out what's happening. On the beat. Let's try this again in the beat. Because if it's a vehicle I've like modified earlier, I have a bit more faith in it as a proper racing vehicle. Not just something I kind of slapped together. Like that, I can let go of the throttle and I don't immediately. Or I can let go of the throttle and turn and not immediately slide. How about that? Because I don't have the ballast set to directly into the back of the car. Look at that, already an 11th. Doing much better in this vehicle. Love the Honda Beat and the Suzuki Cappuccino. My only problem is, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to sit in one. I'm quite a tall person. And I've met a couple people, like in real life, that are taller than me. Actually, that's a lie. Only like 2 people, say. But I do live in the middle, in like a hodunk town in the middle of nowhere, so. I should have hit the brakes a lot earlier. And not just kind of hope I'd be able to slow down enough in the corner and shrug off enough speed. Also, I don't think I'd feel very safe in one of these living in the United States after all. You know, with everybody with their race pickup trucks and all that. Or at least all the teenagers and crap with that. And guessing first place is that little blue car that is a good bit ahead of everyone else. Wait, no, that's second. Here, that would be second place, not first. Oh, first would be that silver car over there. And now we're on the final lap. Lovely. Be fun, like stick a little two, like get one of these, try to find a way to like two rotor swap it. That'd be, well, let's be honest, even if the frame could handle that, it is giant theoretical. And with its tiny wheelbase, it'd be an absolute nightmare to drive. No, surprisingly, I did better in the truck, in the super drifting truck. How about that? Alright. We'll just keep a third then. Not exactly not exactly the best, but it passes. Let's see. Corvette one make. There is no performance point limit. Let's have some fun. Of course, this is, like, this race is supposed to be to show off the new Corvette that they added in the update. But I feel like doing something dumb, so. Oh jeez. I forgot this car does a lot better with traction enabled. Let's go ahead and bump that up to high, straight to max. I mean, it is a C1 Corvette after all, the pure fiberglass body. And apparently no brakes. Let's go ahead and check that. No, not the assist settings. Car settings. Racing mediums. Slotted discs. I never bought the carbon discs? How strange. We'll go ahead and do that, and screw it, might as well upgrade it to soft tires, or racing softs. I'm sorry, I keep having to adjust the headset because I wear glasses, and when you wear glasses, VR headsets are just not your friend. Oh yeah, that's right, that's why this thing is so stupid, because I put the recent quarter I stuck in a different LT engine. Oof. Sorry everyone. Racing soft, carbon racing. Alright. I've basically done the best I can do to this car, as far as I am currently aware. And of course it is without tuning it. Stick traction control to max, and let's go. And yes, this is also a car that I did make just to kind of fool around and have fun. Nap biscuits. It's like this and the DeLorean that I engine swapped. They were never meant to be serious race cars. Just ever. I think that was a one lap, and I've only passed one person. Oh jeez. Snap back. Alright, let's just not use. Let's swap to a proper Corvette. Or a Corvette like properly set up for racing. Oh, jeez. Ugh, this pollen is killing me, man. You know what? Sod it. Let's do what we did with the with the K-Cup event. Let's buy the new vet. Let's just go ahead and buy the new Corvette. Give that its time in the sun. Car type, hashtag road car. Like, go, of course it's road car. Of course, this is the time for you to hop on and get all the Corvettes if you do not have them. Personally, I don't really care that much, because I mean, all you'd probably really be getting is the it's like a little mission done. But if anything, this Corvette does actually mean quite a lot to me. I know that may sound weird, but not the first ever game I've played, but one of my favorite games that hit me, or that I played a super long time ago and does mean a lot to me, was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. The good one, the one that was made on like the PS2 port. Like, I'm certain everybody has played, or not everyone has played, but that was the best version of that game. It's got their carbon diffuser, and this car was actually, I won't say the cover car, but it basically was the cover car of the game. Let's give it that flappy one. Full cage, simply. Oh yeah, it's just white. Paint color, real car. And for actually, let's see what type of styles I can find. Chevrolet Hot Pursuit 2. Because in that game, there was special edition cars. Content not found. Dang. But in that game, there were Hot Pursuit vehicles, or Hot Pursuit Special Edition vehicles, which were just basically the exact same car, just better in every way. Of course, a lot of these are going to be race cars, or designed after the race cars. It's really? Oh, and of course the Toy Story pink, or the Barbie pink one. Wow, that's actually a little disappointing. How all of them are just race car variants or just solid color variants. But, I mean, that is kind of the game, or not the game, My apologies, but like that is one thing with Gran Turismo system, is you can't really change out the color of the car without making it like its own entire thing. PP no limit, okay. Then let's actually upgrade this thing. Actually, tuning shop. I think there's only the wide body kit. While we are here, let's just go ahead and redeem the first couple of stages of weight reduction, seeing how we have to do that in order. We can't just skip. Alright, it gets up to stage 3 weight reduction, that's it. Can't do bore up. Car propeller shaft. Can't get super high supercharger or a turbo. Sad, but what can you do? Polish ports. Let's just throw everything at it. Mid to high RPM turbos. Or supercharger? Yeah, sure. We'll throw the supercharger at it instead of a turbo. Not gonna waste money on the racing brake kits. Just because... sorry. Just because we are immediately gonna buy the carbon fiber pads. So, the racing transmission. Computer, crankshaft. Oh, I can't actually throw a turbo at this thing. I guess just keeping it American. Wish I could say I was slightly joking with that. Well, I am and aren't at the same time. It really just seems like a lot of American vehicles just seem to do turbo or superchargers, not turbos, which sucks. Because let's be honest, turbochargers are kinda the better solution. $799.90. Jeez. Detailed settings, make sure my stuff's put on. Great. Turbocharger. Done. Yeah, because I just can't buy one. Oh, I'd love to be able to dual charge this thing. That'd be insane. Look at that, it's fast and controllable. How about that? Which makes it a lot better than the C1 Corvette. Which is just kind of fast. Well, it's fast, but you cannot control it worth a damn. You can hear this thing constantly rev banking because of just how much horsepower I've thrown at it. but you can't always have just horsepower. Like, it needs to be controllable too. You need to actually take it around a circuit. I mean, what's the point of super high top speed if you can't get around corners? Love how the pop-up headlights go up, but my lights are not turning on. I will always love a Corvette. And yes, you can make all the fat American jokes you want to. I do not care. Oh, scheiße. They're just pretty vehicles, in my opinion. Sod off, mate. And of course the one in first place has to be decked out like the actual race car. And for, like, to kind of contain this beast, I say beast, but to, like, not make it wheel spin as much, I'm holding down, like, the throttle halfway. Anytime I need to accelerate, I push it the throttle halfway. Okay. I didn't hit the brakes soon enough. That's on me. Well, I mean, every mistake is basically on me. I was the one who chose to get this car. I'm the one driving it as it is. I'm the one who put an absurd amount of horsepower into it. I mean, you gotta hold yourself accountable at some point. Oh, 190, come on. 200. Oh, I thought that was the last lap, my apologies. And once again hit the brakes. Far too late. Now it's the fun lap. Oh, 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 there's the first one. 200 right before the finish. Lovely. $92K. That's not bad. But of course, the best thing about that Corvette, or at least in my opinion, the pop-up headlights. In my opinion, you can never beat a vehicle with nice pop-up headlights. 800 or less. Well, hey, how about that? We could just use the Corvette again. Let's actually invest in all the race tires. And 10 laps, but how much? 8 and 8? Alright, we'll do racing mediums. And just hope it's an American vehicle. It's an American vehicle with a lot of horsepower. It's not gonna have the best fuel economy, let's be honest. The Autodrome logo as you ready. Just put that all the way to lean. Jeez, I get like 4 laps worth of fuel. Jeez. That really is bad. I mean, that's what you get for taking a relatively old vehicle, let's be honest at this point, and just throwing a lot of horsepower at it. Fuel economy is just not going to exist. Oh jeez. Apparently neither is aerodynamic stability. You know what, let's just not, dog. Let's go ahead and get like an actual proper race vehicle. Or racing vehicle. That does better on fuel economy. Let's see, 800 or less. Oh, I didn't even pick it. I can still take the Mazda 77. God. I am apparently blind, or just the game messed up on me. Which, I'm already somewhat used to this vehicle, of course, because before the stream I did do the hour of Le Mans in this vehicle. I placed, I believe, second? Or, I believe I placed second in that. And who would have thought it? A proper Le Mans car is doing far superior than a Corvette, or than a tuned-up Corvette. Alright, there's the pit stop. It's on the left. Alright. It's always nice to see something new. There's the Mazda Gran Turismo concept vehicle. Though honestly, I would have much rather loved to see the Furai brought to this game than a GT Vision. But I mean, ever since the Furai burnt to a crisp on the Top Gear test track, Mazda did just kind of cut their losses and left it there. It's still very much sad. Like, heck, I even watched the Top Gear episode where they tested out the Furai, and it was beautiful. Until, of course, you know, the Furai, or until the accident happened, but up into that point, it was absolutely beautiful. But with how much fuel I have in this race only being 10 laps, there is, like, I probably will not need to pit. The only thing I really need to worry about is my tires. Since whenever it comes to these races where I do actually have to worry about fuel, I just immediately set it to lean. And just kind of pick it up from there. Carry as much speed as I can and stuff like that. Just cross my fingers and hope my opponents ahead of me will actually need to pit. 543 ahead of me. Imagine in this scenario, or it almost always is when I'm driving in these races, either second or first is F40 driving a Dodge Viper race car. Alright, the Supra's behind me. The Mercedes AMG GT race car. Alright. It's always nice to see that vehicle. It's pretty. Yep, but it's either a white Porsche GT3 RS or Mr. Portia and his Dodge Viper. It's Mr. Porte and his Dodge Viper. And he's already having to pit. Ugh. That's kind of why I got out of an American vehicle, but dude, fuel economy. So, very much a thing you do need to think about in racing. So, fuel economy and tire preservation. Unless you're driving the Chaparral 2J in this game, then all you need to worry about is fuel economy. Just slap on a set of racing cards on the Chaparral 2J and you'll be set for a very, very long time. So unless you're driving like an absolute baboon, you will never need to swap out the tires. Or unless it starts suddenly raining in a race. I have way more than enough fuel to finish off this race. Not having or doing a no pit stop strategy. So, if you're ever doing races like this, remember kids, plan ahead. Oh shice. Always plan ahead with endurance racing and focus on the track. Wish there was something like in the bottom left or bottom right, whichever vehicle you're driving, but like in the setting options mid race, where you can see just like how far people are behind you. That would, or, like, you could see how far people are behind you in like a time sense of like how slower they were in that sector or whatever. Like a pit guy in your ear, just so you can kind of, in moments like these, actively check like if it's a good time to pit or not. My tires are about halfway dead. Well, I can still continue on and finish off the race, not having to do a pit, or not having to actually take a pit stop. It honestly may never have been the, or might not be the worst idea to change to a fresh set. I don't have to, but if you're absolutely dominating a race, which, knowing how far you are ahead of your opponents would really help. Actually, no, it does show up there, plus 3 seconds. Never mind, I'll throw away what I just said then. Well, maybe not fully throw away what I said. It would be still rather nice to just kind of have that as something you could check in the bottom, or in the overall settings menu. You have mid-race, instead of just that little mark up there, whenever you complete a sector. Actually, that timer may just be like how close you are to the fastest sector time, not how far your opponents are away from you. Shit. Sorry, I was checking my fuel levels. Alright, I got 2 laps left. Tires are basically screaming for mercy at this point. Now, I'm not gonna pit, just gonna drive it home. One last lap, so I think we should be alright. If I actually had like a pit crew and a pit chief and all that, I'm sure he'd be yelling and he or she would be yelling in my ear. Like, what are you doing? He, she, they, them, you know, the standards. When it comes to people's genders, or sorry, not genders, pronouns. Oof. The fronts are basically non-existent at this point. Jeez. Really isn't good. Good thing there's a finish line. I'm gonna definitely have to throw away these stars. Oof. Oh my nose, man. Ugh. Oh my god. See, that's what I mean, like, they should give us something to tell us how far we are ahead of the opponents, because I thought they were a lot closer. Just like, oh, you're 1 second off the best time for the sector, you're almost a second off the best time for the sector, and I'm a minute ahead of everyone. Almost a minute ahead of second place. All these new LMP cars get absolutely shamed on. Just absolutely shamed on. All these brand new cars, like, yeah, this is the best we have for endurance racing, and then there's me, like, heh, go screw yourself, I'm gonna take my 787B, my old ancient 787B, and just send that around. Ugh. Love how I say ancient. It was only made like 7 years before I was born. Either way, let's go ahead and redeem our rewards. Parts. This one I don't care about, really. It's either going to give me a part I already have or a part I'm not going to use. Or a part for a vehicle I will never own. Mazda RX-8 Spirit R. Probably not. Either way, let's see what car we get. Hopefully not the Chaparral. Thank you. GTR Le Mans Nismo 2015. Right, nice. Hybrid race car. Yippee! Group 1. Almost 1,000 PP. 887 PP. Nice. Yay. Let's stop by GT Auto. Go ahead and splurge for an oil change. This car definitely deserves it, after all I've put it through. almost 8 mil in credits. Nice. Right. We are going to take a small little break. Hopefully the stream doesn't turn off when I pull off the headset. When I say small little break, I'm just mean I'm gonna get, what do you call that? Which you all should be getting drinks and staying hydrated out there as well. But I'll still be here, so if anybody wants to, ask questions or anything, like say I'm doing a good job or some crap like that, I'll be here. Just leave a comment, question, whatever, I'll answer. I'm just getting a drink, man. And if you all have been enjoying this live stream so far, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you wish to, join into the family, we'd love to have you. I do have a Discord, it is not currently in the description, for anybody currently watching, but I'll be updating the Discord or the channel link after I upload this video. Or the description. Jeez, I can't speak English worth a dang, can I? And also, hello there, lurkers. It's a pleasure to have you. I hope you're having fun. Or at least enjoying the live stream. Alright. My nose is feeling better, so suppose let's go ahead and do that hour of Le Mans, just to finish up and wrap for the last thing of the stream. Also, or sorry, not Le Mans. God, I need to fix the title. It's Circuit de or Circuit de Spa. Which I did. I guess I did not. But I do need to buy wet tires. Actually, let's... Now, let's just go ahead and stick with full-on intermediate, or full-on wet tires, not intermediates. I'd rather be, over-prepared than under-prepared. An hour of Le Mans, or, damn it, I said it again, an hour of Circuit de Spa, jeez. It is an hour of Spa, not Le Mans. God, I need to fix it. I have to remember to fix the title too. It's a circuit of Spa, not Le Mans. Oof. Sorry, buddy. I definitely need to give that position back. Or at least I hope it was that Porsche that I accidentally hit off the track. Or carried out with me. Which, the rain doesn't come in until a lot later in the race. Thankfully, so I won't be having to swap to the wet tires for a while, but still. I lost first place the first time I did this just because I didn't have wet tires. And I thought I could do the entire thing on mediums. I slid around way too much. And also, Spa also has a messy pit exit, because sometimes when you do take as you are exiting the pit, or actually even before you even exit the pit, like in the middle of you taking a pit stop, it'll just give you a penalty for cutting across the pit lane for some reason. Even though you're in the pit and you didn't mess up the entrance of it. See you later, Alpha 4C. I'll be lapping you later. And I can actively say, like, is races like this, the endurance ones, that I wish I had a steering wheel for? Like, yeah, I can use the steering wheels for every race, but it's like, endurance races, at least in my opinion, are definitely where Gran Turismo tends to shine over the competitors. So I don't really know if the other racing game franchises out there, I'm being very careful not to name drop them for some reason, but I really don't know if the competitor to Gran Turismo actually has races like this. Or endurance races like this. Though it has been a very, very long time since I have played the competitor. Because I do not play on the Xbox that often. I'm still playing on the 360. There's a lot newer Xbox consoles out there. Okay. Ah, that was an oopsie daisy on my end. Yeah, it's good to see another Rotary Boy in this event. Best sector of the field, nice. Excuse me, Aston? Coming for you, Honda. Or that could be the Acura NSX. They're like exactly the same vehicle, so much similar to the BMW or the newest BMW Z4 and the that is Honda. Sorry, much similar to the BMW Z4 and the Toyota Supra. Like they're basically the exact same vehicle, just dolled up a little bit to look different. Ooh, that's lap. Or actually, that might just be the sector time. There it goes, now I passed him. See, now, how my fuel economy is different with the races, or with, like, each race. It's like the race I did previously, or the last endurance race I did just before this, it said, like, I had a little over 10 laps of fuel, but, sorry, but in this I have 15 laps of fuel left after, or if I start off with 20 laps of fuel. And of course, like P4 and up have to be a good bit away from the rest of the group. They have to be like the good AI, or the best AI, essentially. Like they're better than the rest of the AI there is, just so you actually do have to severely, or you do actually have to focus and put in, or race well. Which, P4 and up, like my chances of passing them actually do come from a better pit strategy. And not me just outright catching them. That's how ahead they are. Which, if this is going to be similar to the first time I did this, then I'm going to be completing about 20 or close to 20 laps before that hour time limit is up. And the reason why I have to do this in this car instead of my personal favorite of the Chaparral 2J, which I used for a very long time to grind out money, is just because the night falls, or like the sun sets, and the Chaparral 2J does not have any lights on it. I think the first time I ever tried to do the Hour of Spa, I did make the mistake of taking the Chaparral 2J and had to leave the event because I just could not see the track. I did pass one person who's taking a pit stop. Lovely. Which I believe around like, when the timer hits maybe 30 minutes or so, we'll start seeing our first sign of rain. I mean, I'm probably wrong with that. Could happen sooner, but I think it was about around 30 minutes left on the timer. Yeah, every now and then I think I see the rear lights or the tail lights of the person ahead of me. Or just a person. But now it's just cones on the side of the road. Or of the track. 12.4 laps fuel remaining. Hopefully, and these racing mediums will actually do me a... will actually survive for quite a while. Oh, passed another person in the pits. Lovely. Now I'm in third. Oh no, I was very much wrong. It's 43 minutes. Or maybe it changes per race. Who knows? I honestly don't. But yeah. First signs of rain. Now as you can see by the... Sorry. As you can see by the indicator next to my tires, if you guys can't see that, I honestly don't know at times. No rain has actually built up on the track yet, but we are still seeing our first sign of rain with the windshield wiper going. Which is why I bought the heavy wet tires earlier. Or not heavy wet. I think the game's like sign for it is heavy wets, but they're just marked as wet tires, which is weird. But whatever. I can't tell if that's actually second place or oh no, it's actually second place. I can actually see the tag above him. Or like when his name popped up. Okay, yeah, now it shows that rain is somewhat building on the track. Oh. Seems somebody went into the pits, so now that is first place at me. Oh, rain's actually coming in. Means at the end of this lap, I should probably... Oh! And the rain just stopped? What? Okay. Here's a little bit of rain. And then it was just like, okay, we've done our part, time to get out of here. No, you can still see raindrops. Thankfully, the rain hasn't built up enough to where it's miserable to drive in, and I'm almost always sliding and stuff. It's just cause it. I had to speak. I, of course, just had to speak, didn't I? Yeah, now I'm hydroplaning like a madman. He has got to be pitting. If he doesn't, he is absolutely insane. Nope, he's fitting. Swap to wets. Top off fuel. Ugh, my fucking nose. It's always pitting here. That just takes a while. Like, fully fueling up. Or at least with last time I did it. Fully had to fuel, which I had like a quarter of my tank left. Took about 1 minute. Oh, I'll actually be done with my pit stop before him. Let's hope I don't get that penalty that randomly happens. I swapped to wet tires. Nope, got that penalty. Told you guys, it's kinda weird. I swapped to wet tires, not medium, so hopefully I should have a lot more grip. Oh no, now I'm in first. Okay. God, this game looks beautiful at nighttime. And I'm not saying that because I'm a huge fan of the dark. Or because I'm a huge fan of nighttime. I just, with the lights, or with like the floodlights and spotlights on, I don't know why, but tracks just look beautiful. Somehow look even prettier to me. Guess it's because of the lighting. Who knows, maybe it's ray traced or whatever is the correct terminology to use. No, did swap the lights. Cool. Yep, here comes the heavy rain. Which, this is, like I probably previously mentioned, like this is why I got second place last time, because I did not have wet tires. So I just kept sliding and hydroplaning anytime I tried to take a corner fast. Alright, here's the penalty. Do it before the game literally forces me to and takes away my acceleration, or takes away my throttle control. Just actively submit it to doing it. Okay, I think I just saw some person's lights in the pit stop. It'd be funny if Gran Turismo did a race where it's like an hour of the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Because that would only be 2 laps. Seriously, like I haven't checked up in a bit, but I think like the fastest car currently around there might just be, which is done by a professional racing driver, by the way, not some jackanape live streamer who is moderately okay at racing games is, I believe, like barely under 30 minutes. And once again, take that with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. Which I believe currently is the Mustang GTD. Which that person went back to the Nordschleife and then broke his or hers own record. We don't want to be sexist on this channel. Race car drivers could be anyone underneath the mask. Or helmet. Not too dissimilar to the Stig from Top Gear, when, of course, the original trio were still there. I mean, he did unmask himself eventually. I think it was Michael Schumacher who was the I think like the second Stig that they had. The first one never actually took off his helmet. It was a guy, we think. So, who knows, it could have also been Mr. Schumacher. And they just did a bit where the original Stig retired. And then they moved over to the Grand Tour, and they had Abby. As their professional race car driver. I do find it a little weird that if you have, and this is just, of course, observation for me, it's like when you have wet tires, if you have wet tires equipped to your car, and it's actually raining, there's basically no degradation on those tires whatsoever. Like, as soon as it stops raining, then you're gonna start getting tire degradation. Alright, 30 minutes left. Now I'm sitting comfortably in first place, because I actually brought wet tires with me this time, and I'm not racing medium tires still. Okay, I can see people behind me. Not the best, but oh well. I say not the best because, like, if I suddenly need to take a pit stop, or if I had to, that they'd be passing me. I know the saying, keep Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. But that does not particularly work with racing. That saying does not work here. If anything, when it comes to racing, try to leave your enemies in the dust. Which, I mean, they're not even your enemies, to be honest. They're people you're racing against. You don't have to hate them. Heck, you don't have to hate anyone. Honestly, I'd prefer if there wasn't any hate in the world. God, could you imagine how much better life would be for everyone? It'd be insane. Mr. Fraga somehow actually passing me. Good job. Alright, I'm starting to get some tire degradation. Which means the track is drying up, which is good. But as you can see, there's still a good bit of rain left on the track. In fact, you can even see the color differences on the asphalt itself. Oh, jeez. I messed that corner up. Traffic, try to slow him down, would ya? Be a friend. Oof, 7 seconds off the best time for that quarter, or for that segment. Not good. Thank you, Corvette, I owe you a beer. You push me again, I'm gonna take away that beer. Watch yourself. Ignoring track limits. Yep. I had like all 4 tires off or outside of the track limits, so I get that. But it's not a 3-second penalty, is half a second, which I really don't understand why I got a 3-second penalty for when I went into the pit. God, it seems their enemies are actually, or the rest of the pack is actually starting to catch up to me. Good thing he's pitting too. Smoking mediums, don't refuel. Just hope I don't get a penalty. Which crazy for this track. I have to basically cross my fingers and hope I don't get a penalty for taking a pit stop. Oh jeez, a lot of people passed me. Well, 3. Nope, got the penalty. But at least I'm on a fresh set of mediums. So I should definitely be pulling in a lot more groups through the corners. Please ignore the... Please ignore what you just saw. Could you not be a... This is basically a death sentence. Yeah, and they hit my engine pretty hard too. Hit everything in my car. Here, now we're back up to speed. Now I gotta do a lot of catching up. 3 seconds, I've basically lost all speed. What's up? Lovely. Just fucking lovely. Well, at least some people are pitting, so that's positions I can take back. I don't know if it was one or two, three? Nice. Probably swapping out their mediums. Or swapping out their wet tires. Oh jeez. A lot more people than I thought. Probably everybody swapping out their wet tires. Either that or refueling. Don't! Hey, at least I didn't get a penalty. That's good. And the GTR was close enough on the straight where I could pull or slipstream off of him a bit. I just saw red on the screen for a second. I was worried I just randomly got a penalty. Let's see if there's anybody in pit. Nope, I do not believe so. Oh, one person. Well, at least I'm on 2. Nice. Well, at least I'm on podium. Well, there was another, but I've already passed that person, so it's not going to immediately show at the top left. The back wanted to slide out there for a second. Like there's still a good bit of water pooled up by the curb. Oh, no, he was in the pit. Cool. First place again. Thought he was the person that I could see out in the distance ahead of me. Like, close to 11 laps of fuel left remaining. Just hope that'll be alright. Oof. A Ferrari in 19th? That would have broken poor Enzo's heart. Ten laps left of fuel. Cool. Hopefully be just enough for me to finish up this race. Is what, like, yeah, each lap takes about 2 minutes. Got 10 left. Like 4 laps left, I'd say. If my math is mathing, which I'm not that good at math, so if anything, I almost anticipate being wrong. Alright, but if that all is good, then I should be fine and don't need to take another pit stop and just need to drive it home. And if it is, and I stay in first place, then I will be earning, or I will be winning a cool $1 million, or credits, whatever the heck they call it in this game. Oh yeah, some parts of the track are still very much wet. That's why I need to look out for the like color or the spots of the road that are colored differently, or spots of the track that aren't wet. Yeah, almost 9 seconds off the best for this sector. Honestly, don't care at this point. Just trying to drive this home. VR is starting to hurt my nose. 6 minutes left, 8 laps of fuel. Oh yeah, I definitely just need to drive this home. Think about it, wearing this bloody headset is not, wouldn't say, sorry, isn't too dissimilar to just wearing an actual, like, racing helmet for the entirety of the race. Except the weight is placed differently. It's not the weight sitting on the top of my noggin, it's almost all the weight being pushed onto my nose. Being wrapped around my head, but like most of the weight I can feel it in my nose with the glasses because of how awkward it sits. Four minutes, 7 laps of fuel, 100% got this in the bag. As long as I do not mess up and suddenly spin out, there's a lot of time. And maybe first place as well. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. Oh yeah, 6 laps of fuel left, and this is going to be my last lap. If that lap, which I thought was alright, took 2 minutes something. I think the vehicle ahead of me is the Nissan GTR Group 3 car. Yep, final up. And we are done. That's a cool 1 million credits put into the account. Ooh, 8 seconds ahead of second place. Only 8 seconds? Jeez. Oh, and I got the clean racing bonus as well. Huzzah. Alright. Well, once again, if you all have enjoyed this stream, make sure to drop a like. Subscribe and join the family if you are new. And you do, of course, like seeing this type of content. probably be producing a lot more racing content on this game. Probably just a whole bunch of money grinding on this track. As I personally do not have anything, or my brain is not imaginative enough to think of other stuff to do. Like heck, I could go back and finish New Vegas with the build I have. Still have a couple of DLCs to do, but I just haven't. No clue why. But thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is Nextcore. I hope you have a very, very lovely day, night, whatever it may be, and I'll see you guys on the next one.